Alright, hello guys. Welcome to episode 9 of the Ollie Expert Mode Completionist LP. Terraria Expert Mode Completionist LP. That's a really long name. This episode is actually being recorded directly after the last one, where we survived the Blood Moon. And today, we are going to be talking about fishing. You know what? That used to be my pause button. It's not my pause button anymore. I forgot all my controls. Also, as I pause, we get our angler back, which is great. That is something that we need, and we want to make sure that he always stays in that house. So we're going to go like that. Yep, and then the guide will... well, he's not here, but he'll move in that one by default. So, let's go ahead and talk to the angler, see where we need to go to get this quest. Cotton Tundra. Now, if you want to know what it's called, pengfish, you always look at it, put your cursor over it, but you don't actually need to do that. And I'll show you why in a moment. But when we get to the tundra, which is the snow biome, we're going to look for some water. So, like, probably that one will work. And I will explain how fishing works. Now, once you get to the biome that you are going to be fishing in, you're going to want to make a little hole for yourself so that not everything can just, attack you. And then also, it might be smart to kind of make it a little bit deeper than it's supposed to be so that slimes will get stuck and not able to actually reach you. So, like, we right here, as soon as we get rid of this guy, are going to go like that. And like that. And then go like that, and we're going to ignore Snapchat. But basically, now the slimes can't get to us. They're going to bounce on top of the water, hit this wall, and then bounce the other way. Maybe one could do a big jump, but I doubt it. And we just have to get in our hole. There we go. And then any fishing pole will work, but let's talk about how fishing actually does work. Alright, so it actually turns out that this won't work because you need 75 connected tiles. So real quick, I still have a bunch of stuff in my inventory, but we're going to go make a bucket to kind of do an infinite water thing. And what am I doing? This isn't where... We're gonna make a lot of water, and it looks like we're actually out of stuff. Can we craft a bucket? Okay, well, in that case, I'm gonna go to the alt world, and we're gonna get enough stuff for a bucket, and I'll be right back. Now, the reason I'm going to the alt world for this is because I don't want time to pass all the way. Although, maybe it would be a good idea to do that, because maybe then it'll go to a different day, and we can get a different quest. And the fishing quests reset every day. You can only do one per day. But every day, if you have a clock at 4:30 a.m., is when it will reset, and that's when you can choose to do a different one. So the reason we're in this alt world is because I'm gonna get a bucket, and with a bucket you can do a kind of water duplication exploit, is what I'll say. It's not really a bug because it would definitely have been patched by now, but since it hasn't, I'm gonna assume that the devs know about it, because everybody uses it, and that they are okay with it. And it involves exploiting the mechanics of a bucket, and just kidding, we're not going this way. We're gonna go the other way. But it exploits the fact that to pick up water, you do not need a full tile of water. So, like, we could probably pick up that with one bucket. But placing water with said filled bucket fills up a whole tile. So you can see how, using the water mechanics in this game, you can essentially turn one bucket into infinite amounts of water, or even lava, because it works with lava. And yeah, that's basically what we're gonna do to get those 75 tiles of water to make a fishing hole. And now, so by 75 tiles, that is in total area asterisk, because say like right here is a total of, well, this isn't a good example, but well, say this is 20 blocks. It's going to count these top 20 surface blocks and every block below just those surface blocks. So if it gets wider, deeper, if you go down enough and it gets wider, that doesn't mean that the part where it gets wider will count towards the 75. It's strictly the surface and the water directly below those surface blocks. Yeah. So, knowing that, basically, if we wanted to, we could fish in a one tile water as long as there were 75 under it, or 74 under it, if you're counting the top one. Also, real quick, I found this chest. Nothing great. Okay. We'll take this because we're gonna want to, because we need that to make a cell phone, and that means we have to use it, so we're just gonna keep going. But this is basically what I was looking for, is the jungle, to look for some lead or iron. I don't remember what this world has. It doesn't matter, we can make a bucket out of either. And look at that. I'm not sure if this is enough. I don't know if we have one of those either, but I think this is good, so we're gonna go check. Alright, we're back in our home world. It looks like we may end up just having to waste this day anyway. What is... oh, star in a bottle. Okay. Why isn't that showing up here? It is. But look at that, we can. Which is awesome. And I am also gonna, real quick, just deposit some stuff. That'll be fine. And we're gonna go do that thing. So, let's say we want to make our little pond 8 blocks wide. Sure, that'll work. We would have to make that, let's see, would 9 work? No, we would have to make it 10 blocks deep. So real quick, while we're here, let's grab our bucket. I didn't know it had the control, the grid thing support, but I mean, whatever. So, let's go in here, and let's, I don't know how deep this is, so let's just go like this, and let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how deep it is now. So this is 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's just make it an even 12 real quick. And pulling out our calculator, low power, because my phone's gonna die. 75 divided by 12 needs to be 6.25 rounded to 7, so we're at 5, 6, 7. And then we need to fill up this entire area with water, and I will show you exactly how to do that as soon as we're done digging this all the way out. So as you can see, you don't need a huge area to do fishing. And even if you don't have the right area, like our snow biome is pretty small, I'm not going to go looking underground for a pond. But what you do is you dig out something like this, the area where you want to fill up with water, and 1 block to divide it, and then another block dug out and next to it. Basically this setup that we have right here. And what you want to do is you're going to get a water bucket, put it on top there, and then take this one. And you just do that over and over until you fill up the area that you want. And so I'm going to keep doing this. Oh, look, our guide is back, Maxwell. I'm going to keep doing this until it starts to spill over this way, and then we'll know that we have the full 75. Yeah, and this makes it a lot easier than, say, like, going all the way over to an ocean and bringing back, you know, I mean, worst case, one bucket at a time, but I guess you could get a few buckets. But yeah, this works on water, lava. I think it works on honey, although I do also remember it being kind of weird with honey and lava. With lava, you have to pick it up kind of quickly. That being said, you also can do fishing in, I think, both. So, like, sometimes you'll have to do fishing in, like, hell or something, or in honey. But with honey, it's only 50 blocks, so, like, it's a lot less, just because honey is harder to find, or once you do find it, most people won't think, or I guess the developers didn't think of this trick, or maybe they thought that most people wouldn't use this trick, or something along those lines. But with honey, it's only 50 blocks, and in the ocean, there needs to be 1,000 blocks, but, like, that's guaranteed. It's the ocean, so, you know, you don't need to go count that out, basically. So I'm gonna sit here and keep filling this guy up, and then I guess I'll be back, and hopefully we can catch it before the day is over. And actually, that being said, you can fish at night. Yeah. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna go ahead and read you guys how fishing mechanics work. And it says, when fishing, there's a hidden catch counter, which tracks your progress towards making a catch. And this is on the Terraria Gamepedia wiki. The counter starts at 0 and increases over time. When it exceeds 660, there is a double parenthesis 75 plus fishing power end parenthesis divided by 2 end parenthesis % chance that a fish will bite, capping out at 125 fishing power. The counter then resets to 0 regardless of whether or not there was a bite. The catch counter increases every tick. There are 60 ticks per second, according to these factors: 1 to 2 points by default, with an average of 1.5 points per tick. A 1 in 60 chance of 60 points, average 1 point per tick. Fishing power divided by 30 points per tick, e.g. 1.667 points per tick at 50 fishing power. And a fishing power divided by 3% chance of increasing an additional 1 to 2 points, so an average of 0.25 points per tick at 50 fishing power. So, for example, with a fishing power of 125, you can expect to catch a fish around once every 1.5 seconds. And the math for that would be parenthesis 1.5 plus 1 plus parenthesis 125 divided by 30 and parenthesis plus 1.5 times parenthesis 125 divided by 3 and parenthesis %, which is about 7.29 catch counter per tick. And it looks like we're just about there. So, let's go ahead and start fishing. And to do that, you're going to need any fishing pole, which have different fishing power, which goes into that algorithm I was just talking about. And like I said, that's how the slime thing works, where there's a chance it could jump in here, but I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, any fishing pole and any bait. So to get a bait, you're going to want to buy a bug net, I believe it was 12 silver and 50 copper. I don't remember, honestly. But buy a bug net, and then pretty much any bugs and will count as bait, and different bugs have different bait power, and I believe it uses your best bait power first. So right now we would use this Red Admiral before we use anything else. So now you just sit here. I'm not going to do the math for what a wooden fishing pole and this Red Admiral butterfly will give us in terms of chances of catching a fish. But I will read you off all the biomes in which you can catch fish. The first being, well, okay, let me read this off. There's a section in the wiki called biomes, and it says a player can be eligible for catching fish from multiple biomes at once. However, certain biomes take priority over others. The first being, well, that order being lava, honey, corruption, and crimson. And when you're in both, there is a 50% chance of each, except for crates, which corruption takes priority. That's a little weird. And the way you would be in both is if you take corruption seeds to a crimson world, or a crimson seed to the corruption world, if you were confused about that. Then hallow, then dungeon, but you only get crates in the dungeon. Then snow, then jungle, then mushroom, then ocean, then the sky forest, and then the underground or cavern forest. Forest is in parentheses, so I'm not sure what that means. And then the last one being surface. And then some extra notes here. No fish is caught solely or especially in the desert. The background and music playing have a different priority order and will not necessarily match which biome is used for generating fish. For example, if jungle music is playing but there is enough snow nearby, you will not be able to find jungle quest fish and catch snow crates instead. And will get snow crates instead. Sorry. Additionally, mushroom biome catches require 200 mushroom tiles nearby, which is more than is needed to display the mushroom biome background and music. A lake can be shared between multiple biomes. What matters is what biome the player is in. Biome, parentheses S. In case you're in multiple. Remember that the lake size is figured from the bobber's row of liquid downwards. In the image, a single top... Well, there's an image that shows, but I explained to get you guys that. I should probably keep fishing. If a player is in multiple biomes, but the higher priority biome does not generate a fish, the game will proceed to check for a fish in subsequent biomes. The exception is that corruption and crimson biomes will skip over hollow in subsequent checks. This also does not apply to fishing in lava or honey, where you will only catch the fish listed for that fluid. And then there are also multiple layers in which you can catch fish. Those being the sky, surface, underground, caverns, and underworld. And there are different levels that defines that, but that's not really important. Yeah, so that is how fishing works. And basically, we have until 4:30 a.m. to catch the penguin fish. I don't remember what it's called, but like I said, it won't matter because the game knows what it is. And every once in a while, if you haven't been paying attention like I haven't, you can go and look at all your new items. And the fish that is the quest fish has like a gold, where it says material under armored cave fish, it says gold. I think it says quest item. But yeah. And so really the problem that we're coming into right now is that, yes, we have the minimum number of tiles, but it's still, it's the minimum number. So if we really wanted to catch some more, what we should do is fill this up to the next layer, or even the layer above that, with this trick. The only thing is that then slimes would be able to get in here, but you know what? It's whatever. So I'm going to go up just a little bit more. There we go. We have hit the next layer. So this will give us a tiny bit of an increase. But yeah. And honestly, I'm gonna look up what the max is, because this is something I want in this world, is if we're gonna make artificial fishing biomes where our chances are basically like guaranteed to catch a fish. And on top of that, we'll have better gear by then, so we will catch the fish that we want, and we will catch it quickly. Just because we can exploit mechanics like that. So you know what, I'm just going to keep recording, just to show you guys how bad this is. You can see now that we're actually catching more fish. And if I could take a deeper look into the mechanics to see if a wider area means better fish, but I doubt it. I'm pretty sure it's just total area. And it just so happens that we just don't have good stuff. And there's also gear, and other things that are relevant to, like this fishing pole, garbage fishing pole. We should definitely upgrade if we want to catch anything. In fact, I might go do that. But at the same time, I might just sit here and fish for a bit, because all the time that we spend not fishing is time that we could have spent fishing. Okay, but what I am going to do for sure is light up a little bit, and I think we're just going to make this guy a little bit wider. And we're also going to fill it up some more. Just to up our fishing requirements. Because we definitely started off with, well, really we started off with not even the minimum. But making this bigger will increase our chances. So me doing this, making it wider, since it's the same volume of liquid, and we didn't change anything that would really influence it. So what will influence that, though, is adding more liquid. And I have no way of knowing, well, actually we do. We can tell from the music whether or not it is day or night. Once the music changes, if you don't have a clock, you can know when it is a new day, when it is 4:30, by the sound of music. Once you hear that, it's usually pretty abrupt if you don't just know the song. Like right now, at the top of my head, I can't remember what daytime snow change is like, but I will recognize the change and how abrupt that change is when it does change. That and the night just started, so we still have a couple in-game hours to do some fishing. Alright, let's do just a few more of these, see if that helps. I can definitely see the water has risen quite a bit. We're almost to where we were earlier. Alright. Let's see if this helps at all. And also, let's put a torch in here so we can kind of see what we're doing. Okay. Okay. We're done catching junk. That's good to see. Anything else gonna happen? Okay, so we are catching fish now. Although it is pretty slow, it is good that we are catching fish. And I kind of want to catch the quest fish on camera. Atlantic cod, so that's a biome-specific fish. We know it wasn't the quest fish because its text was white. quest fish are always in like a orangish yellow font color. And everything else is white. And then we'll also go over crates and why they're important, especially once we get into hard mode. Actually, let's go into it right now, because I have a few in my inventory, as you can see right there. Wooden crates. So, oh, that messed it up. They're the worst ones, but when you are in hard mode, well, actually, when you're in normal mode, crates have a set loot table. I'm not gonna look what it is. You guys can just go on the wiki. But it includes some ores, and the reason you want to save your crates until hard mode is because once you're in hard mode, you can get hard mode ores without breaking altars, like demon altars and crimson altars. Because when you break the demon and crimson altars, it does give you some ore. There's a list of hard mode ores. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but it does give you some of those. But it also picks a random block in the world and converts it to crimson / corruption or hollow. So you get a new ore from breaking them, but you also corrupt your world a bit. But the thing is with fishing crates is you just get the ore. And you can get, in a world, if you break, I can't remember which ones correspond to each other, but you know how every world has, like, copper or tin? It's the same for hard mode ones. You have, like, the only one I can remember right now is orichalcum. But then there's also an alternate version to that. Using the crates, you don't have to go make a new world and defeat the wall of flesh and break another. You don't have to do all that. So it's possible that in our art world, we don't even have to fight the wall of flesh twice. We probably will. I mean, we don't have to fight it in this world and the alt world. But we don't have to do that to get the alternate ores. We can do that through fishing. And we can get all of the ores through fishing. It may take a while to get enough. Oh, we didn't catch that one. But we can use that mechanic to get the ores in the safest way possible. It will take probably a lot of crates, which is why we're going to save all of them. And then once we do get into hard mode, we're also going to save all the crate potions that we get as quest rewards. I think it might be day. No. Maybe, actually. Yeah, I think it might be day now. But, no, because the star's still there. That's also a great one. If you happen to have a starfall next to you, once the star disappears, it's a new day. You can give up on catching the fish. So we're going to keep going. But yeah, so there's a lot of great stuff to fishing. Also, you need to fish in order to craft the cell phone. I like to say it's one of the best pieces of equipment because it shows you everything you could possibly want to know about the game. Like this, it'll show that, where you are in terms of height in the world, where you are in terms of east versus west, everything about fishing. There's tons of them. And it's all one item, and it is one of these things, so you don't need to actually have it in your equipment. You just need to have it in your inventory. So of course we're gonna get that before we enter hard mode, because you don't actually need to be in hard mode to craft that. There's a lot of luck involved. You're gonna have to farm like piranhas to get I forget what they drop, but they drop one of them. You're gonna have to get lucky and find a nymph, and then there's like a 1 in 3 chance that nymph drops the metal detector, I think it is. So yeah, there's lots of luck involved. but I managed to get pretty much everything except one item, and ironically, it was from fishing quests. So, we're definitely going to do that. And there's also the achievement for doing 50 fishing quests, which, you know, sounds easy, but each day in Terraria is about 30 minutes, so that's, what, 25 hours of game time, which is also, it's not hard to get, but, you know, it takes, you know, at least a few days, unless you're just gonna no-life the game for a whole day, and you get every fishing quest in those 25 hours. But, okay, it is now daytime, officially. That star went away, so we're gonna go, hopefully, get a easier fish to catch. I kind of want to catch one on camera. I know that we're just hitting 30 minutes, but I'd like Sky Lakes. Yeah, so we're not going to get that one. Here's what I'll do. I will cut into the next day. I'll go, like, mining or something. Yeah. Or actually, I might do some organization, actually. And then I'll come back in the next day. Real quick, I'm going to craft a watch. Probably out of copper, so that I know what time it is. And this is something you should do also for fishing. You can find them, but definitely crafting is an option. Oh, I have everything. You just need... Okay. I guess I just need to go over and craft it. So I'll show this on camera. This will be a bit of a longer episode, but that is fine. Why can't I craft the watch? Was there more than that? I might be dumb. You need a chain. Okay, we have chains. Okay. Just one, please. Thank you. Copper watch. Okay, well, I'm gonna look at that up. Wait till the next day, and then I'll show you guys the quest. Okay, real quick, you can see I made the watch, and it turns out you have to craft it at a table next to a chair. Don't know why that's a thing, but yeah, I'm gonna do some basic organizing until oh, look at that, copper watches don't actually tell minutes. That's interesting. Okay, I mean, that's fine. 30 minutes isn't gonna make or break it, but yeah, I'm gonna organize some chests, and then I'll just come back once I have a quest fish, and I'll show you what you can get. Hey, real quick, I just defeated the 50th blue slime, so we got our first slime banner. And, oh my god, we found another golden animal. Nice. And another squirrel. The quest today was another Sky Lake, so, but yeah, 2 squirrels now. Alright guys, well, I've gotten the same quest for the past 3 days, and I'm not sure if it's because, like, just random, or if you have to catch the fish before you can go to a new one. But it's getting really late in real life, so I'm gonna go ahead and call this a day, a video. Come back soon for another episode of the Terraria Expert Mode Let's Play, and I will see you guys later. Bye.